Hello again, fans, and I'm Shane Shadows, and welcome to Shane Shadows Presents Classic Indies, some of the great and not so great independent matches from all over the world, primarily in the Mid-Atlantic area over the last 30 years. This week we're going to bring you a special one. I found this one on a disc I had at home as I listed it as The Mullet Years. These are matches of mine from that very early part of my career, and this week we're going to 1994. We're going to the Boonesboro Arena, which has been about 100 different things. I'm not sure what it is now, but it was Stingers. It was a lot of buildings. But on this night, it was just the arena. And I'm getting ready to take on one of the most formidable opponents of my entire life, who ended up being quite well known as a hardcore icon. It's Shane Shadows this week against Axel Rotten. And let's go to the videotape here now. That, of course, is me 100 pounds ago with, I have to say, a pretty impressive mullet. I get a lot of people who see me and talk to me from my high school days who remember me best as being a smartass with a tremendous mullet. So I'll let you guys judge for yourselves. Axel Rotten's taunting the crowd. I like this version of Axel Rotten far better than the hardcore chair swinging freak. I enjoyed the British thing. He was a good promo. Oh, he just slapped the winner Andy Weinberg across the mouth. Didn't particularly care for the way he behaved. Uh-oh. Now he's going to put it on me. He's putting it on me because I was 180 pounds at the time. But you know, I'm nobody. Maybe I'm foolish here. Did you come down here to wrestle or act like an ass? Even then, I was a big Jerry Lawler fan, and well, as you can see, Triple S probably means more like skinny Shane Shadows as opposed to sexy. Well, I am pretty sexy. Let's just face it. This is, I'm young here. I think I'm 22 years old. This is my first big solo match. I mean, this is my opportunity. I had been wrestling for about a year at this point, and I'm not intimidated, at least outwardly, but I can tell you inside I am very nervous. I was initially supposed to wrestle Adrian Hall on this night, but Adrian Hall suffered a severe neck and back injury that took him out of wrestling for about a year. And the substitute ended up being Axel Rotten, which was far beyond what I thought that I could possibly be prepared to do. But, you know, when you get into the ring, you get into these situations where you have to, if you show fear or intimidation, your opponent will eat you up. So outwardly, I'm very cocky, and I'm going to pay for it here in a second. I'm strutting and I'm cutting and I'm all full of myself. But when Axel Rotten, who has a good 100 pounds on me at this point in time, not to mention several more years of experience. Axel had probably been wrestling since he was, you know, even though we were about the same age, he had been wrestling for 5 or 6 years by this point. He managed to dupe some people into believing that he was older because he was so big. Get out of the way, buddy. I grew up not far from this building. This building's not far from where I'm sitting today calling this match. But he is leaning on me something fierce. And my, good golly, Miss Molly, this was, at this point, I'm just thinking, I have to find a way to fight back against this behemoth, or I have real possibilities of getting hurt. Very seriously, as Axel, also a left-hander like myself, is hammering me and throwing me around at will. In the background, you will hear the commentary of my friends Joe Miller and Mike McCain, guys who are most likely, quite possibly, or most likely, watching this match this week. Shane Shadows presents Classic Indies here on the Independent Rewind. And, oh, big slam. Oh, out of the way. Finally, here it comes. Oh, the early incarnation of the elbow. Axel kicks out very easily. But I think I've stunned him a little bit. I've taken the early initial heavy artillery he's thrown at me. Apologize about some of the camera work, folks. You know, I'm so excited here. I'm so high in the air, I almost flip over. I am just, adrenaline is just pumping through my body here. We're trying to march towards 1,000 subscribers, so if you're watching and you haven't subscribed here to the Independent Rewind, we would like you to do so. You get the weekly notifications of all the new content. Shane Shatters presents, of course, my friends Frosty and Steven Sarks doing their show, the mothership, the Independent Rewind. Not to mention $19.95 plus shipping and handling, which is just my tongue-in-cheek fun. It's some of the old television programs and infomercials I watched as a kid. All kinds of good stuff and more content to come here very soon. We're seeing a lot of the back of the head of a guy here, and it's almost like I'm blotted out. Watch this. This hurt like hell. Watch me. He took me inside out. I landed. My whole back was busted up. Like I think I busted a disc in my back on that. But Axel's bringing it in. This was a guy who knew how to rile people up. I learned a tremendous amount from Axel. See how hurt I am. I'm just barely got any fire to come back. I lost the arm. You know, I'm just, I mean, this is the biggest singles match that I had to this point. I had been wrestling just a little bit over a year. This was a showcase opportunity in a building 5 miles from where I grew up. I have friends and family in attendance. Big clothesline. Back to the arm. You know, I'm as green as a pepper tree here, and I'm not gonna kid you. I mean, I'm holding on for dear life in this matchup. Trust me, as you can see. Handful of face. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to rip the hair right out of my head. Oof. I probably don't even belong in this match. I'm not going to kid you. I'm not going to. Oh, shit. Look out. And there's that stage. Remember we did these matches before that stage? I mean, if I would have bounced an inch or two further than I did, I'd be dropping 20 feet. And he didn't care. he didn't care. Goldman putting the count on me. Oh, big one to the gut. Sunset flip. Oh, got it. 1, 2. Oh. That's a 320-pound bell ringer right there. Those big thighs of his. Sit down, shitbag. You're covering the camera. Haven't watched this for a long time either. You probably never saw this. Probably about a crowd of about 400 or 500 in that building. That was about the maximum. But it was a good environment. It was a real good environment. Axel back to his feet here. Look out! 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clearly there's something wrong with Axel at this point in the match. Something, because for me to have that kind of control over him, and now I'm taunting at it a little bit. I'm a little full of myself here. You know, I'm running some I'm crossing some dangerous wires here with the Englishman. Back to the arm. See, we're deep into this match, and we're probably at a point where I should be trying to go for the kill. And my inexperience has me over here still grabbing the arm. Oh, handful of face. Oh, ducked it. Oh, flying, swinging kick by Axel Rotten. Whatever was going wrong with Rotten at this point, he's recovered. 1, 2. Oh, I got nothing. I got nothing. He's choking me, pounding me. You know, I feel like I've made a pretty decent representation of myself for being a green as grass kid in this match against this behemoth. But now watch, he's look at this. He was very agile for a big man. Very agile for a big man. He's like, what else do I got to do to this punk-ass kid with the Billy Ray Cyrus mullet? And we're going to finish this thing off. You want to try me out? Come on in here. Now watch this. Oh, I still remember this. Oh, no, my arms were, I was, now, Axel's joling with, but look who's joined the fracas. None other than Axel's brother, Ian Rotten, unannounced and unexpected, choking me and slapping me around. The bad breed in full force in Boonesboro. As also, look at this. Look, check it out. Boom, no. 1, 2, 3, and the biggest upset victory of all time. Shane Shadows has somehow managed to upend Axel Rotten. Who's the man? Doing the Vader. Who's the man? Not me, baby. I got lucky on that one against some top-tier talent for sure. Axel taking exception here. And I think Ian's pretty upset as well. The Bad Breed, the former global tag team champions. The punk rock bleeders, they've made up about it already. Not tonight, Axel. Rest in peace, my friend, and thank you very much for this. I appreciate it. That's going to do it for this week on Shane Shatters Presents Classic Indies. We'll see you next time.